Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Mr. Brody is here, and I have to make a correction here, retraction. Actually, it's not Purple Dinosaur, as one of my students pointed out to me. That's Purple Monkey. So it's Mr. Brody and Purple Monkey. Got my animals mixed up there. From here, it looks like a dinosaur, but it is a monkey. Right, Mr. Brody? So Mr. Brody is cozying up with his Purple Monkey there. Getting ready to broadcast game number 152 of the Boston Red Sox season. So 11 games left. They're just 1.5 games out behind the Yankees. So we'll see if we can get a victory here, and hopefully the Yankees can get a loss or two. And I think the Yankees are playing a doubleheader today. So it'd be nice if they can get swept in that. We'll have to see. But anyway, the Red Sox are facing the Detroit Tigers. And I think this is game 3 of the series for the Tigers. It's a game from Wednesday, September 20th of 1978 at Tiger Stadium. And there is a possibility that we may be going to see the Red Sox in Detroit. Not 100% sure whether or not it's going to happen. Hopefully it will. But the Red Sox are playing the Detroit Tigers in Detroit. And the weekend we may be going to Michigan. It's kind of a little bit up in the air right now. But that could be a possibility. We might be driving out there. And if so, we're going to try to catch a Boston-Detroit game. The weekend after the All-Star break. But anyway, getting back to this, without further ado, Mr. Brody is ready there, and let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
So, all right, let's play some ball here. So we have Dave Rozema on the hill for the Detroit Tigers up against Mike Torrez of the Red Sox. So Dave Rozema, however you want to pronounce Rozema, I believe it is, however you want to pronounce it, has a record of 12-9 in the replay, which is just opposite of his record on the season. He was 9-12 on the actual season, so faring a bit better there. Although his ERA is a little over a run higher with a 4.37 earned average. So he's been getting a little bit more run support by the Detroit Tigers offense. 198 innings pitched. 217 hits allowed. So he's fared worse than that. 65 walks, a lot more walks on the season. 24 walks already. And only 41 strikeouts. And has surrendered 4 more home runs with 21 so far. So the defense behind Rozema is going to be Kemp in left, LaFleur in center, and Cochran in right. In the infield, it's going to be Mankowski, Trammell, Whitaker, and Thompson. And behind the plate, Milt May. So for the Boston Red Sox, the lineup is going to be Rick Burleson, the shortstop. He'll lead it off. Jerry Remy, the second baseman, will bat next. Jim Rice is the DH today, batting third. Batting cleanup in left field is the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. Batting fifth, behind the plate, Carlton Fisk. Freddie Lynn, the center fielder, will hit sixth. Butch Hobson, the third baseman, hits seventh. George Scott at first will hit eighth. And Dwight Evans in right field bats ninth. So that's the Red Sox lineup against Rozema. So Rozema looks in for the sign from May. And it's going to be a bad night here in Detroit as the weather is bad. We'll see how that affects it. Doesn't look like it affects home runs that much, but singles and to the left and right are affected a little bit. So Burleson comes in hitting .277 with 2 homers, 45 runs batted in. Steps into the box, ready to grip and rip. Rozema looks in for the sign from May. It's going to be off the 4 column of Rozema. And that'll be a ground ball to third. Mankowski up with it. For out number 1. So next up will be Jerry Remy. Jerry Remy hitting .291 on the season with 2 homers and 40 runs batted in. Corners are playing in. Mankowski and Thompson in on the grass against Remy. It's going to be another one off the 4 column. And this is going to be hit to left field. It's going to be a range check for Kemp. Kemp is below average range, although he will get to this one. Oh, but he's going to mishandle it somehow. No, he drops it. So Remy's going to be at second with a 2-base error on Kemp. He definitely should have had that one. So he'll be at scoring position with 1 down for Jim Rice. Jim Rice has been hitting better lately. He's up to 305 now, and has 43 home runs and 127 ribbies. So he's only 3 home runs behind his total for the season, and 127 RBIs, just 12 behind there. So if he can have a hot last couple of weeks, he can definitely at least get to that, if not beat it. And we'll see how he does as far as getting the MVP, which he did win in 1978. So Rice steps into the box. Rozema looks in for the sign. Rozema working out of the stretch now. Looks back at the runner, kicks and delivers. And it's going to be off the 2 column. So that's a called third strike right down the middle. So Rice couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Definitely expecting something else. So 2 down now. So let's see if the captain can put the Red Sox on top. He comes in hitting .270 with 16 homers, 71 runs batted in. His next home run will tie his total for the season. And he's got a shot to get one out here. Let's see what he can do. And he cannot get the home run, but he'll get a base hit here. And Eddie Yost at third is going to send Remy around. It's got the windmill going. And Remy will score in the RBI single by Yastrzemski. So the Red Sox on top early, 1-0. So that'll bring up Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk hitting .284, which is his average for the season. 17 homers and 75 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 1 column. And he's going to get hit by the pitch. And it hits him in the ribs. He's down, but he gets back up and heads to first. Looks like he's all right. So first and second with 2 down for the center fielder, Fred Lynn. Fred Lynn hitting .290 on the season. 25 homers, 83 runs batted in. Has 3 more home runs and 1 more RBI than he did on the actual season. Let's see if he can add to the Red Sox lead. And he's got one in the wheelhouse here. Let's see what he can do with it. And he's just going to fly out to right. So you got a little bit underneath that one. Just missed that one. But the Red Sox do get a run, and after 1/2, it's Boston 1, Detroit coming up. So Mike Torrez on the hill. He's got a record of 16-6. He's equal to his win total of the season. A lot less losses. 7 less losses on the season. His ERA is much better with a 3.12 in the low 3s instead of the high 3s. 240 innings pitched, 219 hits, so much better ratio there. 80 walks and 117 strikeout. His strikeout total is a little higher than his pace for the season. But he has surrendered 2 more home runs with 21. So the defense behind Torres is going to be Yastrzemski, Lynn, and Evans, all excellent range in the outfield. Definitely one of the best outfields in the majors at the time, defensively. Hobson, Brilson, Remy, and Scott in the infield, all above average or better, except for Hobson, who's horrible at third, and Carlton Fisk is excellent behind the plate. So Torres on the hill is average range, and very poor at holding runners on. So best way to keep the runners off base. So Ron LaFleur, the center fielder, lead it off. He will be followed by the second baseman, Lou Whitaker, batting third. And DHing today is Legrand Orange. Rusty Staub. Batting cleanup is Jason Thompson, who's homered in the series. playing first. Batting fifth is the left fielder Steve Kemp. Milt May behind the plate hits sixth. Tim Cochran, the right fielder, bats seventh. Phil Mankowski is back in at third after a day off yesterday, batting eighth, and Alan Trammell, the shortstop, will bat ninth. So LaFleur comes in, hitting .285 on the season with 15 homers, 70 runs batted in, 3 more home runs and 8 more ribbies than he did on the actual season. And it's going to be off the 4 column. And he's going to get a base hit as Yastrzemski throws it back in. So Scott will hold on LaFleur as he is a threat to steal. Hobson and Yastrzemski, Scott are going to play in on the grass, so LaFleur is going to get a chance to get a lead here. They expect Whitaker to bunt. Whitaker comes in hitting .302 on the season with a homer and 44 ribbies. Homered in this series against the Red Sox. He's 63 of 77 stolen bases for the year, but he can't seem to get a good lead. And Whitaker is going to get one in the wheelhouse here. It looks like he's not squaring around. And he'll get a base hit up the middle. And Trzaskowski, the coach, Trzaskowski, is waving LaFleur to third. And we're going to throw for the lead runner. We get a 30% chance of throwing him out, so we're going to try. And he'll be in there safely as Whitaker moves into scoring position now. So runners on second and third with nobody out for Legrand Orange. Rusty Staub comes in hitting .261, 21 homers, 83 runs batted in. And it's going to be out the 4 column. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Yastrzemski is there. LaFleur will tag and score easily. So Whitaker will hold that second as the throw comes in to third. So we're tied at 1 now on the sacrifice fly by Legrand Orange. That'll bring up Jason Thompson, the first baseman. Comes in with a .306 average with 26 homers, equaling his season total, and 2 RBIs behind his season total with 94. Whitaker takes his lead. Torrez looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Thompson and Lynn glides under it, flags it down, and makes the catch. So Whitaker will hold at second. That'll bring up Steve Kemp. Steve Kemp, .270 hitter on the season, 22 homers, 66 ribbies. Has 7 more home runs than his season total. And it's going to be off the 6th column. And that will be a called third strike. So that'll do it for the Tigers in the first, but they get a single run, and after 1, it's 1-1. So it'd be Hobson, Scott, and Evans for the Red Sox. Here in the top of the second. Hobson comes in hitting .273 with 14 homers, 62 ribbies. Off the 6th column, and that is going to be a fly ball to the center fielder, LaFleur. LaFleur average, so 1 through 6 will be a hit. And he will get to it. And make the catch for out number 1. So 1 gone in the Red Sox second. I'll bring up the boomer. George Scott comes in hitting .244, 15 homers, 53 ribbies. 3 home runs, more than he did on the actual season, and just 1 RBI behind that total. And he'll get 1 to hit here, but he'll lay off of it. Actually, first he'll foul 1 back. And then he'll take ball 4. So sometimes you don't know when Strat-o-matic is going to do a foul ball before the play. So it kind of makes you look like a little bit of a fool there, calling it. Anyway, so what do we got now? So we got 1 down now. The runner on first for Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans hitting .244 in the season. 25 homers, beating his total of 24 for the season so far. And way more RBIs. He has 23 more ribbies than he did on the actual season with 86. So he's had much more productive season so far. But this time he'll strike out for out number 2. All right, 2 down now. And that'll bring up Rick Burleson, top of the order, lined out in his first at-bat. And he'll line one to his counterpart, Trammell. for out number 3. So after 1.5, it remains 1-1. So we'll head to the home half of the second. It'll be May, Cochran, and Mankowski up against Torrez. May comes in hitting .233 on the season, 5 homers, 25 ribbies. It's going to be off the 5 column of Torrez, and that's going to be a ground ball at the second. Remy will position himself in front of it. Fires the first for out number 1. So Tim Cochran up now. Comes in hitting .314 on the season with 2 homers, 35 ribbies. And that's going to be a ground ball to Remy. Makes an easy play over to first for out number 2. So number 8 hitter, Phil Mankowski up now. .274 hitter. I believe he homered in the series. He's got 11 home runs on the season. Only had 4 in the actual season. So he's got a lot more power in the replay with 34 runs batted in. 14 more ribbies too. It's about the same average. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the inning. So Torres gets him in order. And we'll head to the top of the third with Remy, Rice, and Yastrzemski coming up. If anybody gets on, Fisk. Mankowski and Thompson in on the grass against Remy, who reached on an error by Kemp, but was left stranded there. And it's going to be off the 3 column, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Trammell up with over to Thompson for out number 1. So Jim Ed Rice up now. Jim Ed Rice struck out in his first at bat. And this will be a range check on Thompson. Thompson a below average range, and it's going to be a base hit for Rice. So this one past the dive of Thompson. So Rice is on with a 1-out single. Thompson will hold him on. It brings up the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski. Had an RBI single on his first at bat. And he'll draw the first walk of the day. So that'll move Rice up to second. So runners on first and second with 1 down for Fisk. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Grounds this one back to Rozema. Throws the second to first. Not in time. But they do get the middle runner. As Fisk beats the relay throw. So that'll put runners at the corners with 2 down for Fred Lynn, who flew out in his first at bat. And he's going to fly out to his counterpart, LaFleur, at center to end the inning. So the Red Sox threaten but do not score. We'll head to the bottom of the third with the score knotted at 1. So the number 9 hitter to lead it off for the Tigers here in the third. Trammell comes to the plate hitting .271 on the season. 29 ribbies. And that's going to be a base hit up the middle. So the leadoff runner is on for the Tigers. So at top of the order, LaFleur singled in his first at bat. Hey, Miss Maggs is coming out. Check things out. Oh, and LaFleur is going to get one in the wheelhouse here. And he's going to get his second hit as Trammell moves up to second. So first and second with nobody out. Hobson and Scott are going to play in, expecting Whitaker to drop the bunt down. He singled in his first at-bat, and he's going to be bunting. Fielded by Torrez, throws to first. So Whitaker gets the job done as Trammell moves to third and LaFleur to second. So that'll bring up Rusty Staub at a RBI sacrifice fly his first time up. And he's going to hit another one to center, see if this is deep enough to score the runner. And we're going to try to throw for him. And we're going to... I think we're going to cut it off and try to get the trailing runner. Oh, should have thrown for the other one. We would have got him out. Oh, well, we didn't know that. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's see here. Okay, the run does score. And we got LaFleur going to third, so could have prevented it with that 19 roll, but we don't know if we would have rolled a 19 if we would have gone the other way. So, but Detroit does get the go-ahead run before LaFleur is tagged out at third, and it's 2-1 as we head to the fourth. So to bring up Hobson, who flew out in his first at-bat. And this time he'll strike out looking on the inside corner at the knees. So 1 down now for the boomer, George Scott. He could tie it up with one swing of the bat. Walked his first at-bat. And this time he'll ground out to Trammell. So 2 outs and the base is empty for Dwight Evans. Struck out in his first at-bat. This will be a range check on May. And I think that's going to be a while. Oh, May is able to get out there and make the play. So the Red Sox go 1, 2, 3, and up to 3.5. Trail it by 1. So Thompson comes to the plate now. Flew out in his first at-bat. We'll ground this one to Remy at second. And Scott scoops it on 1 hop. So a nice dig out by the boomer. So 1 down now for Steve Kemp, who was a strikeout victim his first at-bat. This time he's able to get a single up the middle. So Kemp is on with a 1-out single. So Milt May up to the plate now. May grounded out in his first at-bat. And he'll take a call, 3rd strike. So 3rd K of the day by Torrez. So let's take a look at some scores here. Yankees and Toronto are knotted up at 2. I'll keep an eye on that one. Milwaukee is edging Kansas City 2-1. As Otis has hit his 30th home run for Kansas City. Texas is in front of Minnesota 5-2. So that's all that's going on today. And the Yankees are playing a doubleheader against the Blue Jays. And Kemp is 2 of 6 this year so far this season. Can't seem to get a good lead off Torres. And that's going to be a, ground ball to Hobson at third, which is always an adventure. He'll get to it. Question is, can he handle it? And the question is no. The answer is no. So he juggles it over to first. Hey, Miss Mags is coming to say hi in the host seat here. She's giving me the trivia question for the 7th inning. So Phil Mankowski to the plate now. Struck out his first at-bat. First and second with 2 down. Torres trying to keep this a 2-1 game. And he'll take ball 4. So it's going to load the bases. So the bases loaded with 2 down for Trammell, who singled in his first at-bat. And that's going to be a ground ball to Burleson at second. Goes over to first. And Red Sox get out of it without any damage. And after 4 full, it's Detroit by 1, 2-1. Rozema up to 70 pitches through 4 innings, so he's labored quite a bit, walking 2 and striking out 3. Only allowing 2 hits, though. So top of the order, Burleson up now. He's lined out twice. This time he'll ground out to his counterpart, Trammell, over to first. 1 down. So it'll be a Jerry Remy. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error his first at-bat. He'll have one to hit here, though. And he'll lay off of it. So he'll draw the walk. And I think we're going to try to get Remy in a scoring position. Let's see if we can get a jump off of May, who's average, and Rozema's average. So let's see if we can get Remy to get an advantage. 1-15 will be a safe chance, so we're going to go for it. Nope. Looks like he's only got a 1-9 chance, so he can't get a good lead, so we're not going to attempt it. So Rice up now. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Although he's going to get one in the wheelhouse here. Oh, and he's going to just miss it. Just get under it a little bit. And it's a long fly out. Need a 1-14 on the split roll and got a 17. So 2 down now. So Yastrzemski with an opportunity here. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk. And he'll ground this one to Thompson at first. He'll take it to the bag himself to end the inning. So the score remains 2-1 halfway through. So Torrez back out there on the hill. Torrez up to 76 pitches through 4. So Torrez with a lot of pitches so far too. LaFleur's got a pair of singles on the day. And this time he'll line out to Hobson at third. He'll make a nice catch there for out number 1. So Whitaker up now. He's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Grounds this one to Burleson at short. Burleson's up with it. Over to Scott at first for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Tigers. So then we have Rusty Staub. He's got a pair of sacrifice flies today. Ooh, gets another one in the wheelhouse here. And lines this one sharply to Hobson at third. We'll make the catch. And the Tigers go 1, 2, 3 in the 5th, so it remains 2-1 as we head to the 6th. Rozema up to 91 pitches now through 5, so this could be his last inning. Fisk up now. Fisk was hit by a pitch in the 1st and hit into a forced play in the 3rd. But he'll get one hit here in the wheelhouse. And Fisk is going to give this one a ride, but this one is also going to stay in the park. Just missed that one. So the Red Sox just missed 2 home runs. One by Fisk, one by Rice. And so 1 down now for Freddie Lynn. He's flown out twice. And this time, Lynn is not going to miss this one. Pulls this one into the upper deck as Cochran just watches it go, and it's 2-2 now as Lynn gets his, I believe, 26th home run of the season. So 2-2 game now for Butch Hobson. See if they can go back-to-back here. Come on, one column. Nope, this will not happen. Instead, it's going to be a long fly ball. Almost goes, but it's just foul. So he's back in the box. And right down the middle, called third strike. So 2 down now for the Boomer. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He'll get one to hit here. And he lays off of it and walks for the 2nd time today. So Evans up now 0 for 2 with Scott at first. And he'll hit this one to his counterpart Cochran in right field to end the inning. But the Red Sox get a solo home run by Freddie Lynn and tie the game at 2 as we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. So it'll be up Jason Thompson. Jason Thompson 0 for 2 on the day. And Thompson will not miss, and just like that, Detroit gets back on top on a solo home run by Thompson, his 2nd of the series. His 27th of the season, breaking his season total. Much to the delight of the fans. So Kemp up now, 1 for 2. And he strikes out swinging. There is action in the Red Sox pen as John LaRose is getting up and throwing. We haven't seen him yet this year. So here are the scores now. The Yankees have pulled ahead of Toronto 3-2. Same score here. Milwaukee edging Kansas City 2-1. And Texas still in front of Minnesota 5-2. So not good news. And that is good news, though, as he'll strike out May. So back-to-back Ks. Brings up Cochran. And that's going to be a fly out to Evans and right to end the inning. But Detroit gets that run back and gets back on top by 1, 3-2 on the solo home run by Jason Thompson. So Rozema is back out there for inning number 7. Top of the order, Burleson, Remy, and Rice to lead it off. Burleson 0 for 3 on the day, although he gets a good one to hit here. And he's going to hit this one past Mankowski into left field for a leadoff single. Let's see. I think we might have Remy bunt. So we're going to have Remy lay one down here. May picks it up, fires to first for the out. So Remy gets the job done. So that'll bring up Jim Rice with a tying run in scoring position. He could tie it. He could put the Red Sox ahead if he gets a hold on here. And it's going to be off the 3 column. And he's going to get hit by the pitch. So the second hit batter by Rozema. First one to Fisk, and that'll put runners on first and second with 1 down. Yastrzemski's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And this won't get it done as he pops up to Whitaker for out number 2. So let's see if Fisk can put the Red Sox ahead. Fisk was hit by a pitch in the first, hit into a fielder's choice in the third, and flew out in the 6th. Deep fly. And this won't get it done unless we can get a good range check here. Nope, he'll line up to Mankowski to end the inning. So the Red Sox threaten but do not score. 7th inning stretch time here in Detroit. Mr. Brody, Miss Mags, and Purple Monkey with the trivia question. So what Hall of Fame pitcher was born in Van Meter, Iowa? Oh, I have no idea. What Hall of Fame pitcher was born in Van Meter, Iowa? I have no idea. I'm just going to say Don Drysdale. I have no clue. Or Sandy Koufax. One of the two. Alright, lock in your answers. My third guess would have been Bob Gibson. Bob Feller. So Bob Feller was born in Van Meter, Iowa. Thank you for that trivia question. So we're headed to the home half of the 7th. Detroit up by a run here. Torrez back out there again. Mankowski 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounds this one to Remy. He's able to get to it. And make the play over to first for out number 1. So we're getting ready for our vacation next week. Not know if we're going to get much of a chance to record any videos. Probably taking some time off from that too. We'll see. We may bring our laptop with us, so if we get a chance to broadcast wherever we go, we may do that. I know we plan on visiting some coffee shops, and we may go out to Michigan. We're not sure yet. We'll keep you posted on that. If not, we'll definitely be taking at least some day trips, and taking some time away from tutoring. All right. Definitely need a mental break, at least from that. So Alan Trammell up now. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he gets one to hit here. And that's going to be a base hit through the infield. So 1 in, 1 out for Ron LaFleur. He's got a pair of singles on the day, 2 for 3. Trammell tries to get a lead. Unable to get the lead. And this is going to be a range check on Fisk. Oh, this is not good. It could be a wild pitch here, possibly. Yep. Looks like it's going to be a wild pitch. So Trammell moves into scoring position with 1 down. Trammell trying to get a lead to go to third. Torres keeps looking it back. And that'll be a fly ball to right. Evans is there. Let's see if Trammell is going to test Evans' arm. He's going to try to tag up. And he'll get there. So the close play at third, but Trammell gets in there with 2 down now. So that'll bring up Whitaker, 1 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. And Torres will get him swinging. So it remains 3-2 as we head to the 8th. Wow, small attendance here as it's bad weather. Only 5,449 in Detroit here. So I do remember the Red Sox playing Detroit here, and the crowds were pretty small at times. So Fred Lynn up now. He tied the game at the time with a solo home run, his 26th of the season. And this time we'll ground one to Rodriguez, who's in at third now. Rodriguez, an excellent defensive third baseman. He's in for Mankowski. So that'll bring up Butch Hobson. He's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Lines this one to his counterpart. Rodriguez at third for out number 2. So that'll bring up the Boomer. He's got a pair of walks on the day, 0 for 1 officially. And he'll ground out to Trammell to end the inning. So we are going to do as we normally do. We're going to bring in Brohammer to play third. And we're going to take out Hobson. So Brohammer, a better defensive, much better air-wise, a little bit better range. So the Red Sox have stranded 9, and the Detroit has stranded 5 so far. So Rusty Staub will lead it off. He's got a pair of sacrifice flies today. 0 for 1 officially. And he'll get one hit here. And lines this one out to Brohammer. Thankfully we have Brohammer in there. Although it was not a range check. So 1 down in the Tiger 8th. Brings up Thompson, who homered to put the Tigers ahead his last time up. Gets himself his second hit of the day, a base hit to left. So to bring up Steve Kemp now. Steve Kemp 1 for 3. And he'll line out to Remy to end the inning. Oh, sorry for out number 2. So Mill May up now with 2 outs and a runner on first. He struck out twice against Torrez, 0 for 3. And he flies out to Evans, and that'll do it. So we head to the 9th, where the Red Sox need a run to tie and 2 to go ahead, 2 or more to go ahead. So Rozema back out there for the 9th, up to 135 pitches. Strat has a tendency to leave starting pitches in way beyond their pitch counts. So Evans, 0 for 3 on the day, will lead it off against Rozema. And he'll ground out the Trammell for out number 1. So if you're scoring at home, and why would you? It was a 6-3 on that one. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, Yankees beat Toronto 4-3. And Gossage gets the win, now 9-6. Milwaukee edges Kansas City, so that's not good. And Texas edged out Minnesota 5-4. So the Red Sox cannot come back here. They'll fall a game behind another game. They'll fall back to 2.5 behind the Yankees. And the Yankees have another game to play today. So Burleson up now 1 for 4. He singled in his last at bat. And he'll fly out to LaFleur in center. So the Red Sox are going to be down to their last out here. Jerry Remy, 0 for 2 with a run scored. Let's see, who do we have on the bench here? I don't think we really have anybody. No, definitely don't want to bring in Bailey. Bowen, no, there's nobody to bring in, really. So it's up to the Rem Dog. If this game is to continue, he needs to get on base. So Rozema looks in for the sign from May. Rodriguez and Thompson playing in. Remy ready to grip and rip. Steps in the box. Ugh. And this will be the end of the game. Grounds it to Thompson at first to end the inning. So the Red Sox will fall to the Detroit Tigers 3-2. And they'll fall another game behind the Bronx Bombers. Now 2.5 games with 10 games left. At least 10.5. We'll see what happens in game number 2 of the doubleheader. So Mike Torrez takes the loss. He's 16-7. There's Miss Max. So he's pitched. Let's go to Rozema first. Rozema with the win, 13-9. Pitches a complete game, allowing just 4 hits, 2 runs. Only one of them was earned. So excellent start by Rozema. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Torrez, 8 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 3 runs. All of them earned. Not a bad performance by Torrez. Fortunately, could not get the run support today. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. So for the Tigers, LaFleur was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Whitaker was 1 for 3. Legrand Orange had a pair of sacrifice flies, 0 for 2. Jason Thompson with a solo home run, 2 for 4. So Thompson with the game-winning RBI. game-winning home run. Kemp was 0 for 4. Milt May 0 for 4. Tim Cochran 0 for 3. Phil Mankowski 0 for 2. Rodriguez came out as a defensive third baseman. Aurelio Rodriguez did not get in at bat. And Alan Trammell was 2 for 3 with a run scored. For the Red Sox, Rick Burleson 1 for 5. Jerry Remy 0 for 3 with a run scored. Jim Rice 1 for 3. Yastrzemski 1 for 3 with an RBI. Fisk 0 for 3. Lynn was 1 for 4 with a solo homer. Hobson 0 for 4. Jack Brohammer, defensive replacement, did not get in at bat. Scott 0 for 2 and with a couple pair of walks. And Dwight Evans was 0 for 4. So player of the game, definitely Dave Rozema with a complete game win. And that is it. Nothing that exciting there. So we'll end the game and check the standings. Oops. Oh, and just what I feared. The Yankees ended up sweeping the Blue Jays in the doubleheader. Let me just double check. Yep. So the Yankees have won. Yeah, they won 2 in a row as they beat the Blue Jays. Both games. And Milwaukee wins. So the Red Sox still in second place. But 3 games out now. So they basically doubled their deficit today. Yankees magic number just 8. That means a combination of Yankee wins and Red Sox losses. If it's 8 or more, the Yankees will win the division. But we're not counting ourselves off yet. Milwaukee 3.5 games behind. Kansas City with a 4-game lead over California in the West. Their magic number is 7. So this is game number 152 on the season, and the Red Sox would lose today anyway, and they would. So they're equaling their record for the season, 90 and 62. Yankees 1 game ahead of their pace, as they did lose today too. So that doesn't help. But we'll see what happens as the Red Sox will travel. Let's see where the Red Sox are going to go now. So they finished their series with the Tigers. No, actually, they got 1 more game with the Tigers. And they would win this one 5-1. So the Red Sox are going to send their ace, Dennis Eckersley, against Milt Wilcox. Both pitchers pitched complete games. And the Red Sox get Eckersley getting his 18th win. So Eckersley has already beaten his win total. He's got 21 wins now. So if he gets the win, he could get 22 in the season, which is 4 games ahead of his pace there. So he's doing an excellent job for the Red Sox. Hopefully that'll continue in the next game. So thank you for joining me, my co-host, Mr. Brody. And there he is, Mr. Brody. What do you think, Mr. Brody? The Red Sox still got a chance? I think they do. So, and Miss Mags. Just heard her jump down from somewhere. Oh, looks like here she comes out here. She's off camera. So we'll see you in game 4 of the, is this game 4? Hold on, let me check here. I can't remember if this was a 3 or a 4-game series against the Detroit Tigers. Let's just check our... Yeah, 4-game series against Detroit. So they won. Red Sox trying to gain a win of the series too. So that loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. So all right, so we'll see you in the next video for game number 153 of the season. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.